I didn't really realize that you guys could hear the Minecraft sounds, so that's a tad awkward, but it's okay. Gosh dang, dude. Bleh, bleh. Hachi, thank you for the Bleh redeem, I guess it's called. Oh wait, actually, there is something I need to double check. Okay, I will say one thing as I do this. I didn't mean to stream like 30 minutes earlier, but the reason why I didn't was because I haven't opened Minecraft in a very long time. And when I opened it when I like opened it, it was like, oh, you have to update Minecraft. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fair. So I pushed the update button and I pulled out my phone and I started reading. And then I looked up and I realized 30 minutes passed and Minecraft finished updating like 20 minutes ago. So yeah, that's kind of my bad. That's not what I meant to do. I'm pretty sure I had this set up so that as long as I push a button, I should be able to just see chat very easily, but it's not working for some reason. That's okay. I'll just keep looking over. That should be fine. Okay. It's been a little bit since I've done planned streams. Do I have enough torches? I have a lot, so I guess that should be enough. And so, oh, hello. Okay, well, guess we're grabbing some tree or some wood. I'm smart. So, as we all know, or not all know, but like generally speaking, the planned stream, or some people may ask what exactly the planned stream is. And very soon you will find out. Just let me figure out how to do everything real quick. It's been a while. It's been a little bit since I last played. Also, I had to remember that's going to be a really long run from here to the other end. Okay. Get into the cart. Yeah, that should work. All right. You may wonder what the planned stream is, and you may be wondering why I'm in a minecart going down this tunnel. Well, as you'll soon find out, the plan, as I've laid out almost a year ago now, is we're digging a tunnel. And I talk about stuff. You can almost, so this is actually, funnily enough, the first planned stream that I'm actually planning on putting on YouTube as like a full stream. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I might just refer to it as a podcast almost, but it will be pretty interesting. Not because I'm expecting views or anything, just that because it's gonna be on YouTube, it'll give me the opportunity to actually like re-watch one of my planned streams, which is actually something I've yet to do. I've rewatched a lot of my streams just to like, make sure everything's working, but I've never rewatched a planned stream because usually I am super unhinged when I stream this game. Because usually I just kind of talk about anything. Like usually I keep a filter in mind, but in this case the filter is usually off, which doesn't say a lot to a certain degree because it's not like I swear or talk about super degenerate stuff anyways. But usually I have to, sometimes I think of something that's like, heh, I have like a thought on something that I shouldn't say out loud to like in a public place, but I would definitely say to like a small group of friends, you know? That's kind of where this is at for me. These streams are where I can just kind of talk about random stuff that's been going on. And I normally don't expect people to like, you know, watch these. And even if they do, it's like whatever. But it's actually going to be out there. We might actually make clips of this. I'm not going to change how I do this either. Like, I'm not going to be more careful. I'm still going to talk about whatever the heck pops into my head. Just like kind of a very interesting thing that occurred to me while I was setting up the stream today, which is that you know, I'll have to revisit these topics later when I start watching the stream again to like find stuff to, you know, point and laugh at. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're right now there are people over, like relatives and stuff, and so my social battery has been getting drained very quickly the past week or so because I've had relatives over, and like, you know, some older people can be very nosy, not in a bad way, just like going into my room and like asking what's up, and I have to like, I spend a lot of my time like walking around. Oh wow, I did not torch up this place at all. And you know, feeding me, which is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. 4, 5, 6. Like, getting fed is not a terrible thing to, is not among the worst things that can happen to yourself. But I will say, once when my grandparents came over, I gained like 10 pounds because they just kept feeding me food, and that was a slight issue. Also, another slight issue is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for the past while now, my parents have been in like healthy food mode. So basically, like, I've been like everything that's like available in the house to eat is like, let me lower the volume actually a little bit. Okay. Has been like super like healthy. So like, you know, cabbage, I guess in English it's stew. I think of it as like kook, which is, I guess, is like stew in English, but still. But like cabbage stew, lots of like vegetables. And like I feel very healthy, which is not a bad thing necessarily. But I remember literally just yesterday, I sat down to eat with, like, you know, the whole family, because a lot of people are here. And let's just say that the best tasting thing there was just a fried egg, and I had to fry that egg myself. There's a lot of vegetables on that plate, and rice, I guess, too. And honestly, for the past like week, I've been eating super healthily, and I already miss, like, you know, junk food to the extent where I even tweeted help, even though it's not Twitter anymore. But I guess that's, I don't think many people care about that anymore at this point. I just want a burger, man. Or not even a burger, I just want something like a sandwich, or like just ramen, something greasy and it will make me feel terrible after I eat it. But we're just gonna have to struggle for now, which is a little unfortunate, but that's just where we're at right now. You know, usually when I start one of these streams, I have something to talk about. Like, I usually have like an underlying topic that I kind of want to get out there. And then, you know, I like go out and I just start talking about random crap. I get it out, and then I kind of touch on other topics. And that's kind of like the reasoning why I stream this, is because it's a really good way for me to talk about stuff while also kind of doing something in the background. So like, you know, I don't feel completely useless like I usually do. Fudge. This is real awkward actually. Please. I'm incompetent. Okay. But today I don't really have anything of that. Like I didn't really start streaming with a plan of topics to touch on. It was just kind of like an impulsive, hey, let's play, let's do this. It's been a while since I've streamed this. And like one of the easiest topics for me to like touch on that I talk about a lot in a lot of my streams is like streaming. And I'm about to like, just by me saying that, I already feel like myself wanting to talk more about it, but I feel like I talk about it so often. Just generally. Like every time I touch on anything, or whenever I start like talking about anything and I'm streaming, I somehow find myself talking about stream related stuff, which I guess is valid. It's a valid thing to talk about because, you know, that's what I'm doing. But still, I feel like I need to increase my repertoire of stuff I can talk about. But it's like, what else is there, man? I don't know. There's only so much I can talk about, I guess. Like right now, I'm already running out of stuff to talk about. This was a mistake. Dude, I should have just played some like Potionomics or something. Oh yeah, actually there is one thing I want to talk about that's kind of streaming. Actually no, this is 100% streaming related. Gosh, dang it. Why do I always find myself in this loop of always needing to talk about stream related stuff when I'm streaming? What a pain, man. I will say, actually, okay, so I played Potionomics on stream like over a week ago, give or take. It was around over a week ago, yeah. Sounds good. Sounds about right. Whoops. And I really enjoyed the game. Like, I really enjoyed the game. And like, it immediately just made me want to keep playing it, you know? Sometimes like when you play a game and you enjoy it, you want to keep playing the game. Sound familiar at all? But the reason why I'm mentioning this is because this happens a lot when I end up streaming a game, which is I play a game on stream and I stop streaming. And like maybe like a day later, I'm like, oh, I wanna play this game again. But I feel like the obligation that I need to stream it. And like before I would just do that, you know, I would just be like, oh, I want to play the game, let me just stream. But right now I can't really stream however whenever I want to anymore. And so I feel like I'm constantly putting stuff in the back burner for streaming purposes, and then I just slowly start dying. Like the feeling of wanting to play the game dies, and then because like, you know, long time passes because I can't find the right timing on anything, and then I start feeling bad about everything, and then, you know, yada yada yada, and here we are of me complaining about this very slight problem that I have in the grand scheme of things that does not matter, which is cool. It's whatever. I still feel really bad about it though. Like, I still want to play the game, don't get me wrong, and I considered streaming it today, but I don't know. I think a part of me has recognized that in terms of streaming, what the heck are my strengths? I don't know. I'm sure I have them, don't get me wrong. I'm not, you know, low self-esteem enough to just immediately be like, I don't have strength, her. I suck and I hate myself and, you know, whatever, but that's not necessarily the case anymore. Although, to be I will say I do make a lot of a lot of like self-deprecating jokes and stuff because I think they can't be funny. Although I will admit I probably push it too far sometimes. My sarcasm can kind of get how should I say, too real sometimes. And not to say that when I'm sarcastic that what I'm saying that is sarcastic is too real when I'm being sarcastic about it, but it's more just that I start talking about something in a way that sounds real when I don't mean it, and people can get worried. The good thing is my social battery has been dying a lot recently, so I haven't been talking to a lot of people recently. And this is like a thing that I like. Me being sarcastic is like normal, I guess. I don't know how often me being sarcastic comes up on stream, honestly, because the way I stream, my personality comes out very differently, I think, compared to how I normally am in the real world, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I have some like collab streams, and by some I mean like 2 or 3, very few, on the YouTube channel or in the Cybercod archive, I think they're called now. And I've watched them, and I realized that like the way I portray myself kind of doesn't change too much. At least it's not as much as I thought it would, because I've always considered myself to be a completely different person when I'm interacting with other people compared to when I'm just by myself. You know, like when I'm streaming. But to be fair, I don't talk to myself like regularly, or as regularly as I talk with other people, unless you count like thinking thoughts, which I guess counts, I guess. Oh, hello. But outside of thinking, actually, you know, some people can't even like, you know, monologue in their head. It's called an inner monologue. Some people don't have that, which I think is very fascinating, but that's not the point here. Point is, I feel like the way I like somehow roleplay myself when I stream, which doesn't make any sense, but I think some people I know would agree that while I am me when I stream, it's like a different me compared to like when I am joking around or talking with people. Maybe because a lot of my friend dynamics come from like teasing. Like basically the more I like somebody, the more I tease them, or like I'm down to like banter and do stuff like that. And oh, whoops. I don't know where I was going with this, to be completely honest with you. But I guess that's like the beauty of this, huh? Oh wow, that's interesting. Floating gravel. Actually, this is amazing that I found iron down here, because I never find iron down here, and I kind of need iron to make railing. This isn't a lot of iron, but at least it's something. I ain't gonna complain. Ooh, there's more. It's broken. You think they like updated like how much iron can spawn like this deep down, and like as I play and like generate more and more because I'm constantly moving, they just like keep giving it to me? That'd be cool. Oh, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The planned stream just keeps on giving, I'm telling you. Always gives. I will actually, one thing that I think is freaking hilarious though is that whenever I stream the plan, I think like my view count is typically super low compared to, I guess, quote unquote usual. To be fair, a lot of it probably has to do with the timing, because usually when I stream this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's like super late and not my usual streaming time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But like at the same time, like I've definitely streamed at night and have gotten a decent, or like a view base, like some viewers watching. But like when I do this, like no, not really. I wonder if it's like either because of the game, like oh, Sai's playing Minecraft, ew, or if there's like some other underlying reason why that may be the case. I don't know, but I still think it's really funny because I usually end up just sitting here and talking to myself for who knows how long. Which can only last for so long, as you can tell from that pause. It always feels bad whenever I stream and then I like run out of things to say. Especially on like just chatting streams. I think like I do just chatting relatively well. But at the same time, like once I run out of stuff to say, oh, what the fudge, did I not? Okay. It feels bad when I don't know what to say. What the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love the idea actually of like me turning this into an actual podcast. Not because I think it would be a good podcast, more just like the idea of people listen. Like if anyone wanted to listen to the podcast, they would just start hearing me counting randomly, like without the video footage, and it's just like, why the heck is he counting to 5 and 6 all the time? And it's because there's a process to everything, even if people don't understand it. I don't know. The length of this tunnel is already like kind of crazy, even though actually I don't even know if I've done longer, but this tunnel is getting kind of crazy, which is nice. It's like a physical like manifestation of like how many times I've done this and just talked about random stuff, you know? I don't know, it's just kind of cool to like actually see, oh yeah, this is like a physical like distance of like how much I've talked. Which is weird, but it's just cool to me. If I were ever to like make it big, quote unquote, or like re-debut as a new VTuber, which probably will never happen, but if that were to ever happen, I will definitely like I will definitely one day just stream the plan, like same save. Actually, I don't know if I can do the same save because they'd probably want, if it's like a big company, they'd probably want me to make a new Minecraft account and stuff. But if I can keep my Minecraft account, if it's like something small, which is probably more likely, I would just stream the plan with like no explanation, or maybe an explanation, but like generally like no explanation, and then just like see how far I can take it. Before people realize how freaking stupid this is. Just watching me dig a tunnel while I let my mind wander on stuff. Okay, there's like a topic that popped in my head that I could definitely talk about, but I shouldn't talk about it, so I'm not going to. But the fact that I mentioned it at all now, why did I even mention it, man? Why do I keep doing this to myself and you guys, I guess? Frick. Oh god. Oh god. Actually, okay. Let's since I don't know what to talk about, or rather I have no topics, let's talk about myself. My least favorite topic. Not actually. I'm very neutral and indifferent towards it, but again, self-deprecation is kind of funny sometimes, so you know. Glad we're on the same page. But I've so in the past I've talked about how like or I've talked about like say so and like say sont, you know. I am like, I've never, how should I say this? I'll talk about how I'm like I don't advertise myself as a say so VTuber or streamer, but I think that I can be, and that I am to like a varying degree. Of course, I make an innuendo every once in a while, of course, but I try and make it. I don't know how subtle they actually are. They probably aren't very subtle in the grand scheme of things. But I don't think you guys, or at least not on stream very often, I don't think people realize just how freaking naive I am about stuff. I think people know that I'm dense as a rock because I've talked about, you know, the homecoming incident, the Psy is a rock incidents, the multiple incidents of those. But you have to understand that I grew up in a family, right, where things always had to be like proper and good. I mean, it's an Asian family. You can probably kind of expect how that would work, you know? So like, you know, no swearing, like you have to be polite, you can only do X thing. Ooh, diamonds. Can only do X thing. Like you can't play games past like this time, or like you can't play video games on like weekdays, that kind of stuff. And so like a lot of topics were kind of like censored growing up, if that makes sense. A lot of it actually had to do with or not a lot of it in particular, but just like in general, one thing that was censored a lot for me was like sexuality in general, because from my perspective of growing up, I've always thought of like, you know, that much of like intimate physical relationships to be like bad unless you do so with the person you're planning on spending the rest of your life with, you know? So like basically like practice abstinence, like only, you know, plan it out with like a person you're planning on marrying. So like from my perspective, sex was always like a taboo, and it was a bad thing to do. So I was always like strayed far away from it. And to be completely honest with you, the like most interaction I've had with that kind of stuff growing up was anime, because you know anime is anime. But at the same time, like anime isn't like as bad as people make it out to be, or at least like I don't know how media portrays it now, to be honest. But like how media used to portray it was always like, oh yeah, no, it's for kids, or like it's always like over sexualized and all that. But like a lot of my background for, you know, that kind of stuff came from anime, and anime usually makes it like a joke, you know, like in terms of anime sexuality, or there's a lot of like, you know, sex jokes or like innuendos and stuff, you know. And I think that's like why some of my humor growing up ended up like making like wordplay and like lewd stuff like kind of funny to me to a certain degree. But I'm also super pure in that there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. And sometimes I can make some really say some really dumb things and not realize just how sheltered of a comments that I'm making until it's too late. Like, especially like with my friend groups, because like it was only like within college where it was the first time I ever had a guy friend group where the dudes actually talked about like girls from like a romantic perspective, like, oh yeah, this girl is hot, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like, wow, like you think this girl is a 10, or like, wow, like I have a crush on this girl. Like I've never had that before. The closest I've had were like friends telling me, oh yeah, no, we have a crush on someone, and me just being like, cool, you should go for it. Because that was my perspective on it as a, at the time, not knowing that I am asexual but asexual person. Just tell them how you feel, and not realizing that that can be the most difficult thing ever for, you know, more emotional thinkers. So in a lot of weird ways, I was pretty pure. Like the most like tainted I got was through like high school, not even college. And the reason why I was actually, no, college did had some taints, but I got corrupted in a different way in college. Because the way I got corrupted in college was recognizing just how corrupted high school was. Because I never really realized certain aspects of high school until post, and people started talking about it, and I was like, oh shoot, you're right. I didn't notice that, but now that I think about it, like from my perspective and my like big bubble of friendship, I never realized that like drugs were a thing in my high school. And then like, you know, people were telling me, oh, you never noticed like the weird smells in the bathrooms and stuff, and I was like, wait, now that you mention it, I guess I have noticed that. It's just like it was not something that I thought about. It was just like, oh, bathroom equals smell funny, you know? I didn't really think about what kind of smell it was. I remember senior year of high school, I ended up, due to like band stuff, we were like doing an event at some place. I ended up bunking with like 3 other guys, and those guys were they basically knew each other very well, and I only knew one of the guys really well. So I was friends with one friend, and then, or I was friends with one guy, and that guy was like friends with everybody else, and it just kind of worked out that way. I remember like we were winding down for the night, and we're just kind of sitting there like, you know, talking, and then one guy started talking about like the naughty, the unsay-so stuff, and like the other guys were like, you know, kind of coming along with it, and I was like, huh, this is interesting. I wasn't like, you know, off-put or anything. It was just really, it was like a culture shock in a way, like, oh, that's different, but like it wasn't like something that I felt uncomfortable with, because, you know, I'm a fairly honest and open person in general. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I remember one of the things they talked about, or I remember as we were talking about it, I asked them, hey, I'm curious about something. And I wonder, and I'm wondering if you guys are okay if I ask, and they're just like, yeah, just ask whatever, it doesn't matter. And I was like, okay, like, and my question as a senior in high school was, have you ever touched yourself in a naughty way? And these guys were baffled. They were like, what? Are you saying you haven't? And I was like, no, I mean, yeah, like, is that normal? Is that, because I've been told it's a bad thing. It's the devil, you know? That was like my perspective. They're like, no, it's like normal, like, we've done, like, we've all done it and all that. And I was like, huh, interesting. I've never done it. And I didn't realize how big of a thing that was until like until I saw these guys' reactions. They're like, really fascinating. And then I was subjected to like a line of questioning that I was like very, very used to at that point, which was like, have you ever had a crush on anybody? Have you ever liked anyone? You ever like felt feelings of lust and, you know, depravity? And I was like, no, not really. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're like, that's like crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think it was around this moment where I started suspecting that like maybe there's something different about me from like a sexuality perspective. I never really thought of it in this way, like, oh yes, I don't seem to be straight, but I also do not seem to be homosexual, you know? It was more just like oh, that's different. Like I didn't realize, like, you know, that I'm different to that degree. I mean, to be fair, I think I've always suspected something for like a very long time, when like hearing about people talk about celebrity crushes or how like hot this like, you know, person is, and I'm like, I don't get it. I guess I can kind of tell when someone is like objectively like, when someone objectively like has good looking features, I guess, but that's never like been like an issue for me of like why I should or should not interact with somebody. It was always more of something like, do I enjoy talking with you? I've been with some real shady people. I've been friends with some people I definitely should not have been friends with. But it never really occurred to me as that. It was always just like that person is like my friend, and this is the side that they show me, and that's the side that I'll stick with. If they show me more, cool. But you know, I have my own issues and flaws and stuff. So just because someone has flaws doesn't like put away like all the good they have in them. Not to say, of course, that like all terrible people have good things, therefore ignore the terrible things. I think people should be self-aware of their own actions enough to recognize when they're doing a bad thing. But at the same time, I think for me, it's always just interesting hearing what other people have to say on certain things. Even if it's wholly different from mine and I fully disagree with it, it's still interesting talking with people with a mindset and perspective that's different from yours, no? I think that's why Twitter was so amazing to me when I first started it. Even though people talk about like, oh, this is like, you know, Twitter when it was still Twitter like a year and a half ago. But people talk about Twitter like it's the worst thing in the world, that like, you know, people have like the worst takes, and like the communities can like breed such toxicity. And like, while I do agree with that, it was still really interesting like seeing so many people like with so many differing opinions like arguing for their said opinions, you know, even if they're wrong or just straight up like, you know, bad. But it's still interesting and, you know, kind of amusing. As like somebody who hasn't dealt with a ton of drama growing up in like high school and college, even college, yeah, college I didn't go through a lot of drama either. Seeing like all the stuff in Twitter was like just very interesting to me. To see like all the crazy stuff, because my like perspective was so optimistic and like so idealistic on like people in general, and it still is to a certain degree. But Twitter and meeting people through VTubing has definitely changed my perspective on humanity in general. I still have a very idealistic perspective on things, but at the same time, I recognize that there are some bad apples out there. I don't think every bad apple is a complete lost cause, which, you know, is part of where my idealistic perspective comes from. But you know, I don't know, actually. Like I always said, you know, and then immediately said, well, I don't know, so you better know. Am I right? I don't know though. A lot of things have changed for me since I started VTubing. A lot of good things and a couple of real awkward things and one or two real bad things. The drama was kind of fun. Not like, you know, in like oh, like this is very fun, I want to keep doing it kind of thing, but more just like this is very different. And it's a experience that while I don't want to go through again, I'm glad to have experienced it, you know? Some of it I can't exactly talk about either, because they're, you know, it involves people that I still know. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I just don't want to like talk I don't want to talk about people behind their back in any like negative way, even like a positive way. Actually, no, I'll do it positive, like very easy. But from like a negative perspective, I don't like doing that. The reason being that I would rather just say it to their face. Like if they're here like right now, I would be more open to it. But not when nobody's here. But like, yeah, no, Twitter drama is like so crazy. Not at all like what I was used to. for my like small kindness bubble where everyone like got along. There's only like 2 bits of drama that I ever was a part of growing up. And one of them was when people thought I was homosexual in middle school. And one of them was when there's like a bunch of weird relationship stuff that was going on my senior year in high school. And like I just kind of found myself a part of it because my friend group changed between my junior and senior year. And basically a bunch of people that I cared about were like being a part of all this weird drama, and like because I was friends with them, some of that drama found me. Whoop-de-doo. And we all know how much I love drama. Actually, we don't, but that's how I'm talking about it, right? You know, the middle school homosexual drama was actually really funny to me, and like it like really opened my eyes to like how thirsty people are. Not for me, well maybe, but not in the way that you might think when I hint at like the way that I have been. Let me explain before I dig myself a deeper hole here. But essentially what happened was on every single week we had a day in my middle school. Every single week we had a day where for 20 minutes you would go to a classroom with a bunch of other students who are like close to you in like the alphabetical line based off of your like first or last name, right? To just sit there and like study. Like you can catch up on your homework for classes that you've already been through, or like you can like read a book, or you can basically do anything as long as it wasn't like disruptive, you know? And in this class, there's this girl that we've both known each other. We both known of each other because we're like friends of friends and all that, but we've never actually really talked. And some of you might recognize this story the more I talk about it. But basically there was me and this girl like basically talked a lot during I think it was called academic advisory or something. And she had this like thing where she was like super like blunt to people, like super like brutally honest to people. And she told me that the people that she used to hang out with didn't appreciate it that much. Like that when she doesn't like something, or like when she sees something she doesn't approve of, that she just straight up tells people like, no, stop, that's dumb, you know? And I told her, really? Like, I would much rather like people be like that with me than, you know, the other way around, which is like to never say anything or to like always be secretive about everything. And so, you know, we kept talking and talking to the point where like we're based like we start hanging out like outside of just the academic advisory, right? And we talk a ton, like even between like other classes, like we would see each other, we would spend like time and all that. And we even like hung out outside a couple times as well. And people started thinking that we were dating, right? Like people were like, oh wow, like Sai and this girl, like they must be dating because they hang out so much. And when a boy and a girl hang out with each other, you know they have to be dating. And so like a friend of mine, like actual close friends of mine, start asking me, oh, like I heard you're dating somebody. And I was like, what? What's that? I didn't actually respond like that. I knew what they're talking about, but you get the idea. I was like, no, we're not. Like, we're just friends. We're close friends. And I talked to her a little bit about it. I was like, hey, did you hear? Like, there's these, like, apparently people think we're dating. Like, does that bother you at all? She's like, no. like, does it bother you? And I'm like, no, it's like whatever. It doesn't bother me at all. It's like, whatever. Like, as long as like, you know, I know you're okay with it, then it's cool. They're like, oh, okay, whatever. And then we move on. Only to realize like a week later, people were like, hey, I think Sai likes dudes. If he hangs out with this girl, but like, you know, they're not dating, then he must like dudes. And I was like, what? And there was like a bunch of other reasons for it. Like one thing was like, I wore this like light blue and pink hoodie around a lot, and I like to tie it around my waist a ton, right? People were like, wow, only like homosexual people would tie a hoodie around their waist. That's such a like a gay thing to do. And I'm like, huh? I just think it's convenient. And so like a bunch of people like some of my close friends are like, huh, apparently people think you're homosexual. And I'm like, so I've heard. And they're like, are you? And I'm like, no. it didn't bother me much because like it really only affected like the people who didn't know me, and the people who did know me just knew that like, no, I'm just not interested in that stuff in general. So that kind of drama never really bothered me because it's not entirely true to say I don't care about what people think about me, but it is true that like 95% of like how much I care of how people think of me comes from like the people that I actually care about, you know? If like 90% of the world hates me because they think I did something I didn't do, I would be very upset, not gonna lie. But it would be worse for me if all my friends and family think I did a terrible thing but everybody else didn't, you know? Maybe there's like a piece in there that's somewhat of a lie because I've never had to experience that, and who knows, maybe things might change if like the whole world starts hating me. But I never really cared much for the attention of people I don't care about. So why are you streaming then? Everybody who streams are attention whores. I mean, it's not like I don't like attention. Let's be honest. I said that kind of as a joke, but it is kind of true. Like, why would you stream if you don't like attention? Of course, my reasoning for streaming isn't, you know, for attention. Attention is just kind of like is just like a nice thing that I get from streaming. But I mean, I still enjoy it, and it is one of the reasons that I stream, if not like the main reason. It's more just like oh, people can watch me do stuff, and we can like, you know, they can like react to me doing dumb crap. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. I miss streaming. I say that like I haven't streamed in like a long time, but like I guess it's more like I miss streaming frequently. And that's all I'm gonna say on that, because if I get into that, I'm gonna, you know, that's a whole can of worms that I had to deal with. Oh, and by the way, the girl that I mentioned, that people thought I was dating, she did in fact have a crush on me. So me literally walking up to her and being like, oh yeah, like, remember the whole like, or have you heard that people think we're dating? I hope that's not an issue to you, like for you. I hope that doesn't bother you, you know? The good thing is she's like, she looks back on it now as like a really fond memory, which I think is really cool, because I think of it like look back at it the same way. I think I'm just like super dense. Like, she invited me to watch a movie and I went with her, and like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happened between us that probably made it pretty obvious. I remember once when we were in college, we were in a Discord call, we're just talking about stuff, and she was like, hey Sai, and I was like, what? She's like, you know, middle school me, will be ecstatic at me talking to you at midnight right now. And I was just like, okay. why you gotta bring that up, man? Melon has told me that she feels like my life could very easily be the life of an anime like a slice of life anime harem protagonist, and I was like, no. And she was like, well, in high school maybe. She's like, in high school you had the senior that thought you were cute. You had the whatchamacallit. You had a friend that you reconnected with. There's a junior, or yeah, there's a female friend that you reconnected with. There's a junior who actively liked you. All you're missing is a childhood friend. Well, you may think that the friend I reconnected with is a childhood friend, but that was like, you know, reconnected with them within like the course of like 3 or 4 years. I looked back and I was like, huh, I do have a childhood friend, but it's not he's not a girl, he's a dude. I still talk to him, by the way. Very cool dude. Dang, if only he was a girl. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, you guys know that I'm kidding. If you were listening at all to the past, how long have I been streaming? Almost an hour. Almost an hour. Actually, so as some of you may know, I play a gacha game, and my poison of choice is Nikke. And there's currently a collaboration with Nier Automata. And you know, the I've known about the Nier characters, like 2B. I've seen them and stuff. Man of culture. That's one way of putting it. Hey, it's glad to see you're still around. And because of Nier, or like seeing it, a part of me has kind of wanted to try playing the game as well. So who knows, I might end up streaming Nier at some point in the future, or I might just disappear again for another week or 2 or month. Who knows? I do love though that every single time I tell people that I play Nikke, people are immediately like, oh, the booty jiggling game, the fan service game. Dang, I didn't realize you're into booty. And I was like, that's not why I play the game. I play it for like the plot, the story. They're just like, oh yeah, the plot. And I'm like, no, not that, like the actual plot. It's always a struggle, dude. It's always a struggle trying to convince people that I play Nikke because I actually enjoy the characters in the story. And the gameplay too. The gameplay is fun as well. Because I don't think I've ever played a gacha game that has the gameplay of Nikke. But regardless, people think I'm capping every time when I mention it, and I'm like, frick, dude. It's not the case. I play the game because of the characters and story. I swear, that's actually the reason. I'm not trying to, you know, be a man of culture and just being like, yeah, I play for the plot, wink. But every single time I try and explain it, like, it's just screwed from the beginning. I'm basically just like, what just happened? My game lagged, and I accidentally dug out the floor. Unfortunate. My stream lag? No, it was just the game. Okay, then we don't care. We don't care. Yeah, I've actually been seeing a lot of iron though. That's crazy. Okay, and by a lot I mean 10, which is a lot in my eyes. And 2 diamonds. You know, I've already been through 2 pickaxe or 1.5 pickaxes, and I've only found 2 diamonds, which means I'm currently at a net loss of diamonds. I'm gonna have to find more soon, otherwise If we run out of diamonds, then we can't dug the tunnel anymore, unfortunately. Oh no, can't dig the tunnel. What will we do? Play an actual game on stream? I'm sorry, man. I need to do something while I talk about my thoughts and feelings. My thoughts and actually, now that I think about it, speaking of Nika, did I do my dailies today? Give me a second. Did I do my dailies today? I think I did, but I don't remember. In EDT, Nika dailies reset at around 4 p.m. And I remember opening Nika earlier today, but I can't remember if it was like at 4 p.m. and I did my dailies, or if it was just to collect resources. Frick, I'm gonna have to do that. If I didn't do it, I think I did, but it's only like 60% certainty that I did, and 60% isn't a lot. If you've played Baldur's Gate, you'll fully understand what I mean when I say 60% is not a lot. Let's be honest, 10% isn't a lot. Like 90% isn't a lot either. Perception failed. Insight failed. Something failed. I will say though, one thing that's been really cool from Baldur's Gate 3 trending is like how many people, like how many of my friends have been asking me to restart D&D again because I'm the only DM they know. And I'm like, bro, you can find like way better DMs out there. Like you can probably find like a nearby card shop with like a group of D&D people who would be more than happy to add you to their game. And they're just like, nah, I'm too introverted. I can't meet new people. And I'm like, you know what? That's fair. But it is really cool, like seeing the heightened interest in D&D. Heck, it's been like making me want to almost play more D&D. Almost. Big emphasis on almost. Not that I have like a problem with D&D. I'm just kind of burnt out. I've talked about this with my D&D group, so which is why I'm okay with saying this. But or like, I'm not talking bad about them, by the way. Like, crap happens. But when I try and like set up a campaign and try and get people to come like consistently, like once every single week, you know, and like people like are like, yeah, let's do it, and people last minute start telling me they can't make it, it really wears on you, you know, because I spend like time setting up my D&D crap, and it doesn't feel great to like prep it only for it not to be used, and then like 2 weeks pass and then I forget all my prep. Sorry, I shouldn't be, you know, I shouldn't be complaining about that. That's not something I should be talking about. But that's just the reason why I stopped playing D&D, and I still don't really feel like getting back into it. But I still like following D&D. Like, I've watched Critical Role, I've watched what was College Humor's like D&D stuff? I forgot what it's called because it's been a while since I like did anything or that I watch any of their stuff. But I did watch some of their stuff. I think Brennan Lee Mulligan is a great DM. I aspire to be like him, but I know I never will be able to. Not to say that like, you know, I'll never be a good DM, just more that like the way he DMs is so different from mine that I don't think it's worth like trying to compare. 3, 4, 5, 6. But I don't know. It is really funny. So I don't check my X Twitter feed very often, but like the past like couple of weeks, the couple of times I've checked it, it's very cool like seeing like VTubers show up in my feed that are like, dang, now I kind of want to play D&D, you know, like, but I don't know anybody to like teach me D&D. Wink. And I'm like, okay, you're tweeting this, you know what you're doing. But at the same time, I'm like, dang, I could have been that person if I, you know, was still DMing. But as of right now, I am not that person. Will I ever be that person? Hopefully. I really do want to be able to. I think the problem with me, I need to play as a player. I need to play D&D as a player in someone else's campaign or one shot before I start DMing more. I think I'm just burnt out from DMing. So if there's somebody out there that wants to DM some D&D, I'm down. Although to be fair, even that offer is like probably not gonna work out because I want to play D&D with people that I know. I don't want to play with strangers. I played D&D with Vibe once in his group. And as fun as that was, it was hard for me to grasp how everyone else wanted to play, and I felt like I was overpowering them to a certain degree, which is not good. So I kind of like wish it's probably more on me than them, honestly, but I probably would. What? It's a slime. I'm gonna lose my train of thought, but it's okay. It's worth the slime balls. Mr. Slime Man. Ow. I'm really beating slimes with a pickaxe. This is kind of messed up. Oh, I can just spam this. These things have like no health. Pew. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out with these slime balls. Probably nothing, let's be honest, because the whole point of this world is just to frickin' dig a tunnel. You know, every single time I start one of these streams, or like the plan streams where I just dig the tunnel, I always think of Yogscast, which is a YouTube channel that I used to watch a ton as a kid. But the reason why is because they had a song called "Hey, I'm a Dwarf and I'm Digging a Hole." And every single time I start the stream, I just have that song playing in my head. Like, I may not be a dwarf, but I am indeed digging. Well, it's not really a hole, it's a tunnel. But I am digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Bro. Like, I have some of the weirdest pop culture, like, references in my head. That, like, because people know that I grew up under a rock, and there's, like, a ton of stuff I don't know, even though I lived through the age of, like, memes and stuff. But sometimes I can pull out some really random, obscure, like, stuff that nobody has heard of. And I'm always sad because people that I hang out with don't get my references. Actually, maybe they would get Yogscast, Diggy Diggy Hole. I don't know, though. I don't know how much Minecraft they watched. Because I watched a ton of Minecraft when I was in like middle school. Dang, I was a sad child. I was a sad, depressed child who just wanted to play Minecraft, dude. You know what's crazy? The other, like, a couple of weeks ago, some of my, like, more relatives came over, but included my, like, little cousins. And, like, I don't really think about it much because when I interact with people, like literally anyone of any age, I always treat people relatively the same, regardless of, like, how much older they are. Like, how I treat people is based off of my relationship with them and not like other factors. And so, like, it doesn't really occur to me, like, super closely, the fact that, like, my little cousin now is like 14 years old. I treat him like an adult. What is that sound? That's probably like a sound of some, like, super scary mob that, like, people would tell me to, like, be really careful of, but, like, I have no idea what it could possibly be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, just the other day, or like last time I streamed this, apparently I encountered a warden or something. Or not encountered, but could have encountered a warden. And people were like, dang, don't be careful of that. And I was just like, oh, I don't know what that is, but I mean, I'm not planning on fighting anyways, so. Like, what do I have to lose? A lot. Okay, you know what? 21 raw iron. I do need to be careful. I don't want to lose my iron. This iron is very important to me. Down the endless hall of wonder. Hi, Ori. Yes, I am still digging my tunnel. It's 12. Wait, it's only 12:30. Wait, that's not bad at all. Never mind. Bro, I have like the whole night. I thought it was like 1 or 2 for some reason. Never mind. I have a lot of time to work with. Let's go. That should not be my reaction to seeing that it is 12:30. My reaction should probably just be like, "Ah, frick, it's getting late." Not, heck yeah, it's still early in the night. Oh yeah, you know one thing that's been bothering me a lot recently, because we've been making YouTube shorts, and Melon and I, when we edit it, we usually had to like subtitle everything and keep the videos edited. One thing that I can't get out of my head now is when I laugh and my inhale after I laugh, because apparently that happens very often. And it's bothering me a lot now because now I never really noticed it until now. But I can't stop it because this is how I've been laughing. So I'm screwed now. Yeah, see right there? I can't stop myself from inhaling when I laugh. It's screwed. I could just not laugh, but unfortunately I'm not my depressed middle school self anymore where I could just like never laugh at anything. Now if something is funny, like I can't help myself, which is great, honestly. Laughter is great. Sigh, 2023. 3, 4, 5. I almost like counted to 6 and that would have been screwed because I would have ruined everything, but it's okay. Never, what's it? 3, 4, 5. Never punish. Gold. Or butter, as some would call it. Technically, actually I haven't found any yet, or I haven't mined any yet. I've definitely passed by gold earlier, but I don't care enough for gold to take it. Outside of, you know, boots, but I already have gold boots. So, you know, no issues there. Honestly, gold boots should make you run faster because you're literally just sliding on butter, you know? They should include that. Nah. What was it? Wait, what? Mojang. That's what the company is called that made this game. Mojang, you should hire me. Actually, there's probably mods for that, let's be honest. Probably a mod that just calls it butter. Actually, wait, this is an ore now? Oh, whoops. Whoops. There you go. Yeah, raw gold. No longer looks as buttery as it used to. Ugh, I have hiccups. That's not my hiccup sound. That was the sound of me trying not to hiccup. Yes, we have now entered the state of I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, so I'm just going to make nonsensical sounds from my mouth. Actually, you know one thing I need to do? I need to make it so the chat above my head disappears after like X amount of time if no one's talking. Because sometimes when I do streams, and I notice when I like watch stuff and I have to make shorts and clips and stuff, but sometimes it's been a very long time since anyone's talked into chat, and yet for some reason chat is still there covering the screen. But it's okay, you know that I'll like tell myself, hey, I should do that, and then like 2 hours from now I'm gonna fall asleep and then wake up and then forget that I even streamed, only to get a Discord message from Melon being like, bro, why didn't you tell me you were streaming? Now I have to like actually watch the VOD, you piece of crap. And I'll just be like, hey, that's your fault, mod. Oh, let's be honest, most of my mods don't watch my streams live anymore. Actually, most of my mods are dead. Because most of my mods are part of LCN. Cries. We love a remix. I mean, yeah, I guess. Depends on the remix. I'm like so not used to people being in chat. it like hurts my neck when I have to like turn to look at it because I don't do it very often. Actually, that probably just says a lot about my like current like physical state, you know. I need to work out more. It's okay. I'm planning on going to the pool tomorrow. Anyways, so joke's on you. I will be working out and then proceed not to do anything for the next who knows how long. What a pain it is gonna be to fill that up. Ah! I wasn't paying attention. You know, normally when I scream like the way I did, like, ah, that's like a thing I do only when I play games. But I think streaming has changed me for the worse. Because just the other day while I was talking with my mom, I remember I was, I think I was cleaning the dishes and I dropped like a fork on the ground. And I literally screamed, like I was like, ah, when I screamed it. My mom was so confused. She's like, what was that sound? I was like, don't worry about it. I see now what people mean when they say streaming changes you. Oh, that's probably not the way that they thought they would otherwise believe. Okay, I have to fill in the ceiling now to make this all nice and uniform. The good thing is the difference between cobbled deep slate and normal deep slate is very small. Unless you were to like look at a direct comparison, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, so it's fine. Yeah, my mom, me and Sai are slowly merging into one entity, and honestly I need Sai to stay out of my head. Cyrus though, he's welcome. Cyrus is cool. But Sai on the other hand, no sir. It's okay, we can pretend it was a manly scream. Haha, we can pretend, but we both know that it definitely was not. It's okay, I'm like used to it, or I'm like used to hearing it, so. I've been doing those screams like for a while now, don't get me wrong. It's not like it was new since streaming. It was just like something that I only did when I was playing games and stuff. Like it was like a kind of like a reaction to stuff. Not like a genuine one, but a reaction. And then when I started streaming, I started doing it more. And it kind of, you know, consolidated itself into being normal. And now it's normal in my everyday life. And honestly, I hate it here. I hate it here. Yeah, streams changed me. The good thing is though, one thing I was scared of when I first started streaming was like, oh no, I'm gonna start swearing and like be a terrible person. But nope, that has not changed. I do fool people sometimes. I remember like, ooh, diamond. Ooh, more diamond. Ooh, more diamond. I'm like scared that like I'm gonna die or something because, ooh, more diamond. It's actually a lot of diamonds here. Well, was this enough to fund the expedition? Yeah, that's enough to fully fund this expedition and more actually. That was beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Sparkle. What was I saying before I found diamonds? I don't remember. Dude, I saw a shiny sparkle and my mind just went blank. Oh god. My brain is turning smoother. Let's be honest though, my brain has been smooth. I'm running out of torches. I'm gonna have to start heading back soon. Do I have any coal left? I don't even know how many materials I have left to continue making more torches. This might be a slight issue. I might actually have to go back to the surface world above to, you know, to farm torches. And we all know that that's a big no-no. We do not like that one bit. Actually, one thing I would love to have is a map. How do you make a map in this game again? Can't help you, dude. It left my brain so quick at the diamonds. Frick, man. She like me, for real, for real. Gosh dang it, whatever. I have enough diamonds to fund the trip. I came here with 3 pickaxes, which is 9, and I coming out with at least 11, which means I have a net gain of 2 diamonds. It's pretty good. I say that like the whole point of this is to find diamonds when we're really just here to like dig the tunnel. The diamonds are just help the process. I should probably make an enchanting table though, just so I could like get better pickaxes, but like that's time spent away from digging a hole. Whatever. I'm probably gonna head back soon as I put down these 2 torches down and then dig like a little bit further. Oh yeah, you were talking about how streaming hasn't changed you that much, swearing wise. Oh yeah, true. See, Ori, you are the smarter one. As much as I don't want to admit that. No, I'm kidding. What else has streaming changed about me? I don't know. Can't really think of anything off the top of my head outside of like the screaming. Is there anything else? Oh, there is one thing that has changed a lot, and that's my default username has now just changed to Cypricot. Like everything is Cypricot now. I start like a new game or anything, the first thing I type is Cypricot because I'm thinking I might stream this. Nearly 2 years later. Let's be honest, Ori. When we played Pico Park together, but I think the people who actually like, you know, said stuff to like help us along was both me and you, and some Takao. Asuka and Lynn, I don't remember, said anything productive during that. Let's be honest. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we run across here. Okay, we're gonna dig one more layer here, and then we're gonna... Actually, no, we're just gonna keep digging until the pickaxe dies. We don't need the light. Remember Asuka being a little menace? Yeah. I mean, you don't have to remember. We have it recorded. In my... Oh, diamonds. What was I talking about? No, I'm kidding. We have it recorded down at Cypricot Archive. But that's not where we have our shorts. Our shorts are at... I think it's just Cypricot. I don't remember, actually. I probably have to double check that. Hi, I want to offer a promotion of your channel. No, I'm okay, thank you. Dogehype.com. Wait, Dogehype.com? To offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed the best. I don't want incredibly flexible and convenient order management panel. Everything's in here. It's turn it on, off, customized. Go to Dogehype. Really, Dogehype? That's the best they could come up with. That's a bot, right? Mr. Registered EJ, are you a bot? If you don't respond, I'm gonna ban you. I'm just letting you know right now before I do that. Did you ban a conversation a shiny thing again? No, the second one was definitely intentional. That was definitely intentional. Thank you, Ori, for informing me that you at least are not a bot. For a second I thought Register redeemed that, and I was like, oh, I guess he's not a bot. Can't tell. Yeah, sometimes Ori, when you come here, I just really want to believe that you're a bot, and then I remembered, oh yeah, She actually did a face reveal a while back. Alright, sir. Oh, I can't do this in frick. Okay, I have to actually go into my thing. Okay. Eh. Eh. Do I have to right click this? Not gonna lie, it's been a while since I banned someone. How do you do this again? Oh, I think I have to go into mod mode or something. Oh, you heard of that? It was so long ago, I forgot about it. Or even though right now I'm not very active on Twitter, I used to be pretty active. Mostly because I was so fascinated of the idea of having a social media account because of my first one, and then I quickly realized that it was not as great as you know, as it could have been. Wait, I can't even time people out here. Oh wait, nope, never mind. I found the buttons. Boop. There we go. You can tell I'm a professional streamer. I know how to ban people whenever I want to. You know what? Okay, what I am scared of is when I finish whatever this is for as long as this pickaxe lasts, and then go back. I'm scared that monsters are gonna spawn here because it's dark now, and that's not good because I'm not exactly, you know, prepped for a fight. Pro streamer move. No. I'm not even gonna try and joke about that. I'm not a pro streamer. Although it would be pretty interesting if I were to ever be able to go full-time streamer. I don't even know if I would take that deal if someone gave me that. Like, oh, like, we can, like, you know, promote you and you will get at least, like, you know, 200, 300 viewers every single stream. But, like, you can get more depending on how well you do. Would you take the deal to, like, full-time stream? I don't know if I would take that. Wait. My eyes are tripping. I thought this was, like, a non-square. Like, there's a chip in it or something. I think my eyes are tripping, dude. I looked at the line and I was like, that's not straight. And then I realized, oh, it is straight. I'm just being really stupid. Okay, there you go. And now we move. This is gonna be a long walk back. You know what's crazy? I spent an hour and a half digging. It's kind of crazy. And now I hold the W key. To be fair, it's almost 1 a.m. No, I think it's because I don't have my glasses on, because I can't see crap right now. You'd be wondering why, and it's because tracking sucks with my glasses on, which is why whenever I stream, I try to only wear my glasses if I'm playing a game that requires it. So basically, like, none of the games that I usually play. I think I wore it for Dead Space, because that's pretty important. I wore them for other stuff, like Hollow Knight, I'm pretty sure. But recently, not really. Also, I just don't like wearing my glasses as well. I only wear them if I have to. I don't know how you messed your sleep schedule is, but I feel extra delulu right now. I've been trying to fix it, but like, I'm kind of okay with where my sleep schedule is right now, to be honest with you. Like, going to bed at like 2 or 3 a.m. and then waking up at around 9 or 10 isn't terrible in my opinion. I'm only getting like 6 hours of sleep, but I don't feel like super dysfunctional, you know? So I'm okay with where I'm at. Oh, I used to never wear my glasses. I'll have you know that I wear my glasses as a fashion statement because I look fabulous in my glasses. That's a freaking lie. It's actually really funny because I've had mixed opinions from people I know regarding how I look with my glasses on. Some people are like, you don't look any different. Some people are like, you look better, and some people are like, you look worse. And I'm like, okay. Maybe I just need to find the right glasses. The only reason I started wearing them regularly was because I couldn't see Family Guy that clearly anymore. I eat my bread. Family Guy, really? I can't say anything because I never really watched Family Guy. Or like really most of those kind of TV shows. I was mostly on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon before we cut the cable. I just realized that this big cup of water that I haven't touched yet. Now the question is, do I go on another trip into the tunnel or do I end stream? The problem, I think we know that if I were to make another trip, I'm probably going to be streaming for another hour and a half. So the question is, do I have it in me to stream another hour and a half and talk for another hour and a half about random stuff? Hi, Big Smart. Oh, what the fudge? I literally just ran right past my minecart. Pew! Oh. Well, this is awkward. This is gonna be real slow going. Oh god, he's following me? Yeah, I think he is. That's actually really funny. I know where she is. How do you do that? Every single time Ori's here, so are you. That's crazy. Is that a shortcut? No, it just makes it slightly shorter. I just don't have enough iron to make rails all the way to the other end, which is why it's only a small bit. But it does save me food, so I'm down. But as you can kind of tell, it doesn't go all the way through. And I did get some more iron, so hopefully I can use this to further fund the railroad system. Actually, maybe okay, I think I know what I'll do. I'm gonna extend the railroad system, and then we'll call it. But first and foremost, we have to start getting rid of some of this. Do 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 and do. Is there any? Nope, no fuel. We have to get some fuel. Good thing is I know a guy. Oh, the tree grew. Oh no, never mind. It did not grow. They're just floating leaves everywhere. Gosh dang it. Has the tunnel been expanded? Yes, the tunnel has been expanded. It's getting ridiculously long now. I feel like I've seen you work on this tunnel close to the beginning of your career. I mean, that's when I started it. I've been working on this for a while now. I don't play it very often, but I have been working on it for quite some time. Okay, I still have 11 charcoal, which is good because that can make stuff. Okay, let's burn this. We have to burn the iron, and we have to burn, I guess, this single thing. Actually, do I have more gold? A little bit. Okay, let's start cooking this. Wait, I actually have a lot of freaking diamonds. Hello? It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna hollow out the Minecraft world. Hollow Earth confirmed. I mean, we do know that Minecraft is flat because I'm just running in a straight line and it never ends. So there's that. Butter, yeah, I also have a butter apple. A lot of sticks. Okay, so first and foremost, I have to take the charcoal. I have to make some torches. Dang, only 44. I'm gonna need more. I'm also gonna have to make some pickaxes for sure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't think we're running out of pickaxes anytime soon, guys. Okay. If I recall correctly, it was like here. Yeah. You might be wondering why I need this lava. It's to cook. We cooking today. Is it just iron? Oh yeah, the wood. Yeah, I forgot. We're trying to be real natural with how we cook. Oh wait, I still need the bucket. Gotta make butter Yeezys. I mean, I have butter Yeezys. What do you mean? They're right here. Everything has already been planned out. Everything. I had to repeat it just so you guys know for sure. Okay, this is gonna cook. I guess we wait. Cause okay, actually before we do that, there's some boop 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 do 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 do. I have to be careful not to run, because when you run, you break crops. I actually did not know that until recently, or relatively recently, if you count like a year ago being recent. But it's recent to me. Sometimes I can't tell like what is and isn't ready. And I think I'm just blind, honestly. Okay, why the heck are my seeds? Okay. Yeah, I'm dripped out with shoes and nothing else. And my birthday suit. Real dripped out. They call me the Drip King. You may ask who they are, and huh. Wait, why can't I put seeds there? Is there seeds already there? Oh, I accidentally just opened that. Wait, why actually can I not put seed there? Wait, let me get my diamond hoe. Maybe I have to sick my diamond hoe on it again. Maybe I had to reset it, maybe? No, it just is not working. I wonder why. No, I'm missing a thing. The shadow beings you see at the corner of your eyes. You know, like when you look at like nothing, like you look at like a white wall, you see like squiggles in your vision, but when you try and focus on them, they like move around, so you can't like quite look at them properly, but you know that they're there. Like you only notice them when you're kind of looking for them. Yeah, they're the ones that call me the Drip King right there. Okay, let's make some bread. It's probably easier if I just do it like this, right? Or at least time consuming, or less time consuming. Probably only need 9 for the next expedition. Okay, we good? Not quite. This one should be fine though. So in order to not waste anything, we start cooking the deep slate. That'll make us some EXP if necessary. The squiggly lines in my eyes, I see them too. I have so many. You know, as a kid, I would spend hours trying to focus on them, but it just wouldn't work. Yeah, problems. Rail. So these are powered rails. I need redstone and sticks and butter. Good thing we have a lot of that. Okay. So, boop, boop, boop. Only 48? That's all I can make? You're kidding me. Actually, wait, I might be able to make one more. I think I make one more. Yeah, 64. I can focus on them. I mastered it. You liar. It's impossible. No one can focus on it. That skill has been lost. Nice. Do. Okay, I need to make some torches. But I need sticks first. Don't be jealous. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm actually so exhausted. To be fair, it's kind of bullcrap anyways. Or like the squiggly only the real ones know what the squiggly lines are. Okay, I need sticks, right? So I need to make, oh, I have planks. Okay. And then with said sticks, I need to make torches. Dang, that's all the torches I can make? This is not good. I need more. I might actually have to literally just sit here and wait for my trees to grow so I can get more. The masters taught me the just before the government ambushed him. 07 for your master. It was a skill that was just too forbidden for the rest of us common folk to know. I'm not a real one. Let it hurt. I mean, you could be a fake one. Could. Who knows? I mean, how would I know that you're a fake one? Okay, let's continue the rail system. Oh, I need redstone torches as well. Should be good. If I need more, I can always just come back, but I don't think I need any more than this. Oh yeah, we have lapis. Let me store that as well. I forgot I have sugarcane. Okay, is this good enough? I just realized I need to start mining more gold if I want to keep making this. Okay. Boop. Boop. And off we go. I borrowed Ori's eyes sometimes while she slept. She isn't a real one. Well, the council has decided. The council has decided that Ori is in fact not a real one. You know, sentence her to ever slight blindness. Not to like actually turn you blind, but just darkens your vision by like 1%. Am I getting bonked? No. The bonk stick is only worth other things. Actually, I don't know what that could be. Oh, so shades. Great, I hate those. I mean, they're not exactly shades. Not quite. But, you know. They can be as horrible as you let them. Boop. Okay. So how many powered rails can I connect before it just like isn't powered anymore? Or is it just like always powered as long as it's connected? There's no way that's the case, right? Okay, there we go. I don't know how many that is because I wasn't counting, but we'll figure it out. Since they're always having both sides of her pillow warm till death, I don't know. That's a pretty cruel and unusual punishment out there, soldier. That might be a bit too much. We're gonna have to dial that back a little bit. Oh, what the fudge? I completely forgot how many I did this for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we dig. And then and then we dig a couple of these up. I would never wish that upon my enemies, you monster. That's what I've been saying. That's like an actual cruel and unusual punishment. We have to dial things back somewhat. This is like not nearly as like much space as I would like to have, but whatever. This is no longer very uniform, but honestly, it's probably fine, let's be honest. Well, I'm Ori's biggest hater and supporter, so of course I'm going to give her the harshest punishment. Valid arguments, but unfortunately, I still cannot approve of your suggestion. Fake hater, you escaped my walls, you heathen. Saga Yahoo. Hi, Habe. I'm surprised. Don't you? You woke up for school, right? That's why you're up right now. So you should probably worry about that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, whoops. I wasn't counting properly, so this should be fine. 7:05, so no. Frick. Don't worry about that. I definitely did not troll that. Well, hopefully this helps a tad, even if in the grand scheme of things, this probably doesn't matter much. Frick. Wrong one. It's fine. And then Sorry, I'll look at chat as soon as I'm done with this. Give me a sec. Okay. Is the train track finally getting extended? I mean, that's what I've been working on. I'm 6, I'll stay home. Get better soon, my guy. We need the votes of the other councilmen, so we don't have the right to lessen the punishment. I mean, you also don't have the right to go full on. Just because the other councilmen aren't here doesn't mean you get the green light to put the harshest punishment possible. Like, what kind of Congress voting system is this? At most, we'll just put the vote on hold until the councilmen are here. Okay, you can't just immediately go as hard as possible. Go back to your walls every now and then, Ori. I'll still be your hater no matter what. You actually have a professional hater, Ori. I'm kind of jealous. I wish I had a professional hater. Instead, all I get are a bunch of people who are horny all the time. Please send help. I'm so glad I left you behind. You left school. Ah, yes, to become the professional streamer that you always were born to be. I'm proud of you. So we extended the rail system by 100-ish blocks. I think it's 110, 120 blocks. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because I feel like we're not even halfway through this tunnel with this railway system. But beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, I'm one of those people. You're a fake hater, Hobbit. You're not a real hater. You're trying to be a hater, you know? But at the same time, you're not an actual hater. Big Smart here on the other hand, he's something else, alright. So he gave a suggestion. I wasn't enforcing the punishment. Okay. For now, we'll take your suggestion and we'll put it on hold. I'll have to get back to you with the other council members later. You horny, someone get the Jesus water. Horniness? In my Christian pure stream, only virgins are allowed here. We're all virgins here, right? In my Christian-led stream, my pure Jesus-loving stream? No. Don't be ridiculous. That doesn't exist. Is Jesus water just Jesus's piss? No, it's a spit. Oh god. I'm a virgin, I'm pure. There you go. Welcome to this pure Christian stream where only virgins are allowed. Sadie, is your sister free? You mean right now? No clue. So you might, if you check the viewer list, it might say that she's on, but that might just be me because my phone. So Melon's Twitch account is actually my original Twitch account, but she uses it now because she doesn't have Twitch Prime, and she uses the Twitch Prime more than I do, and she uses the Twitch Prime for me, which is dumb, but whatever. So my phone is still connected to my account, which is I guess hers now, So it might say that she's on, but that might just be me because I have the stream open on my phone. OG Virgin Club. Yeah, for now we're putting it on hold. I'll have to get back to you in 14 business days, which basically in normal layman terms like 2 years. Gets more lewd. What about her shy Lily worship? I mean, get a love shy Lily. I'm just admiring your dedication. I don't know if she still watches Shy Lily. I think she might have moved on. I don't know what VTuber she's been watching recently though. We haven't really been talking about it. To be fair, in terms of like, I guess content that she's been watching, she has been, you know, rewatching my VODs with me. So, maybe she does need a better streamer to watch. Let's be honest. To like wash out our VOD watching. Actually, something I've thought about of doing is watching my VODs in the Discord, like the public Discord, so that you guys could watch it with me, which would be like the weirdest thing ever, but like, would you guys be interested in that? If I were to just like show up in the Discord, like, and just watch my VOD and like point out stuff that could turn, like you guys could also tell me why, haha, you suck. It's okay, just play a character, play Yandere. Can I pull that off? You guys think I could be a good Yandere? I'm telling you right now, like, the Dere type that I naturally am is a tsundere. I'm probably the closest you can get to a real life tsundere. No Orange is the first VTuber, accept the facts. Is it Annoying Orange? It might actually be Annoying Orange, huh? I'm trying to think if there's another YouTuber that did content like, I guess, a VTuber before Annoying Orange, but I don't know. To be fair, I wasn't on YouTube a lot at the beginning, so I played the I hate my chat myself and I'm pretty good at it. Unfortunately, I think I'm too honest to say I hate chat and actually mean it. Unfortunately. And also, I think my self-esteem is at this point is too high. I've already been through the whole I hate myself phase of my life. That was my angsty teenage phase, and a little bit of high school, and a very small portion of college. And I agree with Ori. What about the Yandere? I don't know if I could pull off a Yandere. Okay, actually, I have a question. So usually when I see Yandere, I see it portrayed as like a female character. I don't think I've ever seen a male Yandere before, or if I have, I'm blanking. Is there a difference between a female and a male Yandere? Do you guys know? Or is it literally just like the same thing? But like, you know, whatever. Because you know how like Yaoi and Yuri have like differences? I'm curious if Yandere, male and female Yanderes have differences. Kyung says she hates chat because I'm usually the only one in chat, so she's saying she hates me. Well, we'll take that into account for the council decision. That it might bump it up higher on the priority list. How about a tsundere? Like a stereotypical one or a realistic one? Because I'm already like a relatively as realistic as you can get to it tsundere. But if you want me to actually roleplay as one, I'll probably cringe super freaking hard. I think they're the exact same. Here. Yandere voice lines. Oh freak. I think I found myself on the wrong end here. I think have you guys heard of Yandere Simulator? There's like a game where you play it as like a female character where you literally go around killing all the other girls in the school until you're the only one left. I think that's how it is. I forgot. I never actually like played it. I've seen Melon tell me about it before though. So I think this is from that game, or the voice lines I found. I've never seen a male yandere in a series that isn't fan-made content or just in VTubing in general. There's a lot of male yanderes in yaoi. Don't ask why I know that. But I know that there's a ton of male yandere stuff in yaoi, specifically like Chinese and Korean novel yaoi. Don't worry why I know that. I just do. Oh, that game, it still isn't finished after so. It still isn't done. Oh well. I guess maybe it was like a. They either like work on it. There's like 3 options here, right? They either work on it very slowly. The devs are trying to milk Patreons for money, or they dropped it and they just haven't announced it. Kind of like LCN, you know? Technically, LCN hasn't announced that we died, but everyone knows that we did die. You played it, Ori. The male, yeah. So like the voice lines that I found, I think, are from that game because, well, it's the first line is "Good morning, senpai. How are you doing today? I made breakfast," and then in parentheses, silent whimpering. Sorry guys, I don't know how to silently whimper. Stop workout, man. Hey Oni, it is. I am in fact here. It's just one dev. Okay, that can make sense as to why it's taking a while. Oh, okay. I think I actually found a decent thing here. Supposed to get picked up, and it did at one point, but then the creator took it back because he didn't like the other devs' work. Well, streamed early for my time today. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna stream relatively soon. I'm trying to figure this out though. Oh god, this is kind of cringe too, because this also has like Japanese words in it. You know how like Japanglish, that's like it can be like super cringe. Like everything will be daijoubu, that kind of stuff. It has a little bit of that in this. It says, "Nah, do you dislike me? Do you hate me?" Start parentheses, laugh softly, end parentheses. It's so late for me. It's okay. I'll be ending stream soon, so you and Ori can, go die. Okay, how serious do I take this? That's so daijoubu. Is it the MHA type talking? That's a good question. No, this is more like MHA is like kind of serious. Like it takes itself seriously, and like it kind of works. This is more like cutesy, like it's kind of cringe. It's like someone saying ooh while they're typing, but that they're doing it like non-ironically. MHA fandom type, there you go. That might be better. Okay, how seriously do you want me to do this voice line? I could like troll it super hard, or I could actually try it. I'm curious. I'm actually curious. I'm down to roleplay this a little bit. How seriously do you want me to take it? Voice line? Yeah, there's a they're asking like earlier if I could play like a yandere character, and that male yanderes aren't there very often, so I have like I have a voice line here for a male yandere. Oh, oh god, there's an omaji script. Or there's like a Japanese script. So there's one in English, and there's one in Romaji, which is Japanese. So the first one is like, "Hey, do you dislike me?" And then the other one is, "Ne, boku no koto ga kirai nano?" Go for S tier voice acting. Oh god, is this gonna happen before you end stream? Probably. Do I want me to do the Japanese one, or do I want me to do the English one? Or maybe I'll just do... Okay, I'll do English first, and then we'll see how cringe I feel to do the Japanese one. What voice do I do for this? I forgot you were Japanese. I'm not Japanese. I am Korean, who happened to study Japanese. So, like, with my knowledge of Japanese and Korean, I could be considered bilingual, not trilingual though. Nah. Frick. That's really how I start that. Hey, do you dislike me? Do you hate me? How cute. I love to see your face when you're mad. Your fury, your hatred, your scream. I can't do that. Oh my god. Dude, this is so cringe. Dude, I never really think about it from like a vocal standpoint. But I guess like yanderes in general are probably pretty cringe, huh? I didn't know you were even Asian, to be honest. I don't really think about it. I mean, it's whatever. It probably doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, honestly. Like, you guys just see like Asian boy on the screen. That's all you really need to worry about. But also, my background is Korean. There's also, I mean, there is a Romaji. Maybe I feel less cringe if I were to do it at Romaji. Except I know what he's saying, but, you know, I hear it like this more often than in English. I don't know. Do you ever find it that, like, dub just feels more cringe than sub for some reason? Actually, as like an English speaker, maybe that's the case. I don't know. Ne, boku no koto ga kirai nano? Wait. Oh, it's kiniranai. Oh, I see. It's not. Dude, I can't read. I don't have my glasses on. It's kiniranai, and then okay, I see. I don't like this actually. I'm like looking through the voice or the Japanese version. I don't really like the way they want me to talk, because it says ki kawaii wa, but like wa is like an ender that's more feminine. It's more of a feminine like pronoun than masculine. I think here a dude would be more likely to say ne than wa. You guys would probably hear it too. Like you would probably hear wa a lot when it comes to like noble, like ojo sama kind of characters, like so da wa oh ho ho, you know, that kind of stuff, compared to like so da ne or so da yo, that kind of stuff. You could probably recognize it as so da wa. That's the way I heard some about liking me scream. No, it was a voice line. So it could just be like, ne, boku no koto ga kiniranai? I screwed up, give me a sec. Ne, boku no koto ga kiniranai? Boku ga kirai nano? Kawaii ne, okottaru kao ga mita. I can't freaking do it, dude. I could never be a voice actor. Like, I have so much respect for voice actors to be able to say stuff like this and like not start freaking laughing. Ikemen vibes? Nah. I am not anywhere close to being an Ikemen. I wouldn't want to be either. They kind of look like jerks. Plus, like, every single time I see like an Ikemen like character, I just kind of want to punch them in the face. They always look smug, you know? Maybe that's why I don't like yaoi as much as I like Yuri, because yaoi, all the characters have to look like a certain way, and I want to punch every single one of them. But also, I don't like the dynamic of yaoi either, so. Oh, wait, no, this is Yandere Simulator. Give me a sec. Interesting. There's actually like a whole folder of just like yandere voice lines. Only look at me. Hey, will you die with me? My heart throbs when you stare at me. I want you to know this heartbeat. Wait, I'll take my heart out right now. I only have eyes for you, so you must only have eyes for me. I want you to see only me forever. Question, do you guys find yanderes like actually attractive? Like not from like a personal point of view, but like like fictional, like the concept. Do you think that's like, I guess the word hot? I guess. I'm genuinely, this is an asexual person asking a group of people who I assume can be interested in that, because I know people like the bad boy archetype, but does that cross at all into yanderes, or is that like a completely different thing? I hate them. Okay. I think it's weird. I think the concept is kind of like the idea as a concept is pretty interesting, to like drive a character's motivation purely for like twisted love. I think that can be interesting, but at the same time, it isn't very often that I see yanderes that are portrayed well, you know, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, yanderes in general aren't great, but I think like most of the dede archetypes have like a very strict standard set of cliches, and most of them aren't played very well. Like I think that literally the most famous yandere is Gasai Yuno from Mirai Nikki, which I think is Future Diary, right? Okay, yandere, maybe it's a kink of extreme obsession, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if people are interested in like having someone solely obsessed with you, like getting that kind of attention, because to a certain degree it's probably flattering, right, to have somebody like you to that degree. I can kind of see that, to be honest with you, but I mean, personally I don't get it. The only one I can think of, there's one girl from Shuffle, spoilers for, yeah. I think Shuffle did it really well, actually. Okay, maybe not really well, but they did it in a way that was kind of like wasn't super outlandish, and I was down for. They were just attention deprived as a child. Now they get something. They want all of it. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe not for everyone, but there are probably some people like that. Yeah. Like I can definitely see people who are interested in like that are attracted to things fictionally but not realistically, you know? Like there's a big line between like what's like a person's kink from like a fictional point of view compared to like something actually happening to you. But then again, this is coming from someone who's asexual. Maybe because I'm looking at a weird perspective that my idea is kind of twisted, but I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting though, to a certain degree. The idea of like yanderes. Oh, the tree just popped up. Okay. By the way, the reason why I'm chilling is because I want wood, because we're kind of running low on coal and charcoal, so I need to get as much of this as I can. And it doesn't like load when I'm digging a tunnel because I'm not near enough for the chunks to load. So I need to do this now. Cliches are fine. They're cliches for a reason. Like people do like cliches, but I mean, to a certain degree where cliches are kind of really annoying. Look at harems, for example. I think there's like a period of time when I first started watching anime when like all the new anime were all harem anime from like one perspective. Like I think it was like To Love Ru, Infinite Stratos, and then like even like later on there's stuff like Trinity 7. Trinity 7's actually really funny as a harem anime, but a lot of harem anime are just not good because they like a lot of them are based on the idea that the main character is dense and that all the girls have to have different colored hair and that they all have to have very specific personality types, right? There's always the childhood friend girl. Typically it's a childhood friend that's a tsundere of some sort with like twin tails, but they could also be like a kudere. Like there's like, you know, a broad range. There's like the Ojo Sama like character. There's like the more like tomboy like character. Like there's all these cliches. This is why I like Shuffle as a harem a lot, because while they do have those cliches, they also like give the characters a lot more than like personality, you know, compared to like other harem stuff. And I like it when they like take a cliche and they deepen it rather than just staying surface level, like a lot of other stuff. I think that's why people like Toradora a lot. Even though Taiga as a character is like as tsundere as you can find, she's a very realistic character too, with like how she goes about stuff. And like from like an isekai anime perspective, right? It's funny to see the main character get stomped into the curb because the character gets so upset with you. But the second, fifth, seventh, eighth, like 12th time that it happens, it gets kind of like, why would you like a character that curb stomps you every single time you embarrass them, you know? Or you like push things too far. Oh, for the couple of moments that you get that dere part, right? Where they're cute and lovable and all that. But like most of the time they're literally like punching you so hard you break through the wall, and now you have to pay the innkeeper the money that he is owed. I feel like I remember a time looking at the season anime and a lot of it was either harem or isekai or both. Is there one where the kudere wins? I normally always like the kudere, but they seem to never win or always just forever in the friend zone. Is there one? I haven't watched a lot of harems, so I can't say. Okay, that's not entirely true. I did watch quite a few. Is there one? I don't know actually. I'm trying to think. So what harem anime have I watched, or like with like who that is? The first thing that came to mind, I mean, there's Shuffle, but I don't know, actually. I feel like characters like that are the reason tsunderes are almost always a miss for me. I rarely like any, yeah. My issue with tsunderes are like the cliches. They push tsundere characters, like the cliches of tsundere characters super far, right? And it's not great when they're just constantly like slapping and curb stomping the main character. It's one thing if they do it the first time, right? It's like, oh, they, you know, they're still trying to work the things out. But at some point, like as a character, you have to recognize, hey, I like this guy or I like this girl. Maybe I should be more honest with my feelings instead of slapping them every single time I see them and they flirt with me, you know? Because that gets really annoying really quickly. There's this novel that I read, like a web novel that I read a few years back. I can't remember what it's called, but one of the characters is a tsundere, right? And like at the very beginning of the novel, when she meets the main character and she slowly starts liking him, she's super dishonest with her feelings. Like she's like, you know, like constantly like verbally berating the main character. She slapped him and punched him a couple of times due to misunderstandings, because, you know, cliche. But like as chapters pass, she literally tells the main character, I'm sorry, I want to change. And in future chapters, she does change. I think tsundere should be less of a character personality and more of a character arc, you know? Like, oh, they're tsundere now, but let's watch them try and get over their, like, you know, feelings of embarrassment and try to become more true and honest with how they feel. That is way more interesting than for 24 episodes watching this character constantly punching and curb stomping the main character. But what do I know? I'm just an anime boy on the internet. I don't know. That's what I think anyways. These trees grow so darn slowly. But I don't know. As I said, I think cliches can be interesting. Like, I do like a good cliche, but they shouldn't be overdone. I mean, obviously, nothing should ever be overdone in any way, right? But I mean it more from like a the characters need to also recognize like that there is a slight issue, or the characters need to like move on and do stuff. Yeah, like character arcs can be pushed back to focus on other characters, but you do have to return at some point. And like for me, a lot of a story, a lot of my enjoyment of stories comes from character growth and character interactions and like characters in general. The story can suck. Like the story can be absolutely terrible, or like the motivation or the goals could be like really weird. But as long as the characters themselves are very interesting and I can root for them, I'm down. I love the childhood friends love story. I mean, yeah, I'm like more indifferent towards it, but I understand why people like it. Like cliches are still around for a reason. It's because people like them. Like isekai came out, like isekai is technically a genre, not, or if you could call it a genre, not exactly a whatchamacallit. It's not exactly a cliche, but just the idea, right, of a character, you know, being like a modern day businessman or high school student being transferred to like a fantastical world where they're the hero and must save the universe, you know, like that's cool, right? How do you now, what's like the next step? I think the original formula was great, right? Main character gets transferred over, they have a bunch of stuff they need to do, and so, you know, the entire journey is of them trying to adapt to the isekai, right? Figure out like what they want to do, how they want to do things, because they're not in their own world. So is their goal to get back home? Is it to really save these people? Do they want to stay? Do they want to leave? And a lot of isekais kind of miss the point, where it's like the point becomes less of a let's save the world and more of a hey, I'm overpowered, let's see what I can do. Inuyasha never gets tired of it. Yeah, there's the Inuyasha. Mushoku Tensei got an anime, I think last year. I never watched it, and I probably never will. But I did read the novel, which I loved. I loved Mushoku Tensei. I'm really happy that it got a anime adaptation. I think it definitely deserves it. And it's great. It does. I think it's literally like one of the first isekais to ever exist. And it does the formula so freaking well, like so well. And then you watch everything that comes after it, and like you wonder how the heck did they screw that up. Again, actually, Mushoku Tensei is another example of a harem that I enjoyed because all the characters are fleshed out. Like the characters feel realistic and not just like ideas with boobs. Who's like whole like existence is to press said boobs onto the main character's face and then call him a pervert and slap him. You know? I think characters need to be a little bit more fleshed out than that. I think there's a really funny test that I love to think about, which is if you could take a female character and then replace them with a really, really sexy lamp, right? Like the sexiest lamp you'll ever see. And that lamp could pretty much do exactly what that character was doing. Then you fail the test. Now let's really think about it. I think like more than half the characters in Infinite Stratos fail that test. I think most of the characters in like, okay, To Love Ru, they did flesh out some of the characters, but I mean, you I think you get like, you kind of understand where I'm going when I say that we need to take cliches and we could still use them. But maybe we should also flesh things out outwards from said cliches. A story doesn't have to be original to be good. It just has to be like it doesn't have to be innovative or super creative. You could still make a really solid story with like cliches and story beats that we've all seen before. As long as everything is solid, the characters are not just believable, but they're three-dimensional, they have personalities, like the story is easy to understand, you can get behind what they're doing, you can root for, you know, someone or whatever, and then you run with it. Make cliches great again. I think you messed up the emote, but I get what you mean. Anyways, I was gonna wait until one more tree grows here, but I think I'm just gonna end it there. 2 hours is not bad. Not bad at all. Sorry, I'm stretching right now. Give me a sec. Cool. Okay, is anyone streaming right now that I can raid? Yandere voice lines. That is now in my feed forever. We're gonna potty train, she says. Not really. Yeah, we're just getting there. I feel like we've just been staring at that root forever. I mean, I've been waiting for it to grow, man, but it just refuses to do so. Okay. Thank you for watching. I don't know why I just whispered. You know, something I thought that would be really funny is ASMR. Not me doing it, but the idea of me doing ASMR. I would never be able to actually do an ASMR stream. That, well, including the fact that I definitely don't have the equipment for it, but also, like, as you saw from earlier from me trying to do voice lines, or yandere voice lines, I can't. I just cringe way too hard, dude. It's too freaking hard, I'm telling you. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we got 1 or 2 good clips out of this stream. No, I'm kidding. Well, half kidding, honestly. Hopefully we got 1 or 2 good clips. Otherwise, good morning, good afternoon, good night to whatever time it may be. I didn't want it was so awkward. I can't stay in character without cracking. Yeah, Sam, it's too hard. Maybe one day I can I'll like one of these streams, I'll do a just chatting stream where I sit down and just like pull up a bunch of random voice lines from like random stuff and then see how well I can emulate them. Anyways, that'll be it. Maybe see you guys later. I don't know. We all know how bad I am at this, so goodbye, good night.